Jason Hughes, and Kyle Strickler ready to bring us down to the green. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy it. It's showtime at the Homer.
Off into turns 1 and 2. Strickler will get the initial jump off at turn number 2 as Hughes works down to his inside, wheel to wheel for the lead, down the front, back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Jeremy Payne runs in third as we work off at turn number 4. Sanders to fourth, with Marriott rounding out the top 5 on the opening lap.
We're going to lose 2 cars here in the opening lap. We lost the 65 of Tyler Davis and the 88 XXX of Clyde Dunn Jr., both with damage. They just wanted to start. They'll drive off onto the infield. Kyle Strickler will lead the opening lap here in 8. He'll run down the front straightaway. Jason Hughes, Jeremy Payne, Rodney Sanders, and Hunter Marriott, the top 5.
Just outside of the top 5, it's Brady Gertis in 6th. 7th runs Dillard. 8th is Cummins. 9th is Sauer. And 10th, Stormy Scott, as Kyle Strickler brings him off at turn number 4.
Strickler continues to set the pace. Jason Hughes battling now with Jeremy Payne. Payne wants to go. Jeremy Payne down to the bottom of the racetrack. Rodney Sanders is right there as well in 20. Good 3-car battle for second. Hunter Marriott, Brady Gertis, and soon to be Kate Dillard in a good one as well. Good racing around the Hummer here early in this one. All chasing Kyle Strickler in 8.
First start of the season for Jeremy Payne, and he runs third, but he's got Rodney Sanders pressuring him to the inside through turns 1 and 2. And in fact, it'll be Sanders that gets him off at 2 and down the back straightaway. Rodney Sanders now into third.
Down the front straightaway, Kyle Strickler still your leader. Sanders on the move. Rodney from 5th to 3rd early. He's going to work to the inside of the 12 of Jason Hughes. Hughes probably just trying to save his stuff, but as soon as he sees Sanders, he's going to have to go. He doesn't want to get Kyle Strickler too far out there either. We'll see if we stay clean and green or if lap traffic ends up a factor in this one.
Kyle Strickler out to a big advantage here early on as 2 King of America champions go wheel to wheel for second. Sanders the inside. Hughes up top. Right now it's Hughes that holds on to the runner-up spot, but Sanders throws it into the bottom of turns 3 and 4. Wheel to wheel. Great race for the runner-up spot between Sanders and Hughes.
7 laps in here of this 72-lapper. It's Kyle Strickler, Jason Hughes, Rodney Sanders, Jeremy Payne, and Hunter Marriott. Still the top 5. Continuing to race hard throughout the field. Good side-by-side battle. There goes Sanders. Rodney going to take a look to the inside. Can he clear to second off turn number 4?
Hughes still with that runner-up spot over Rodney Sanders. Sanders back to the hub once again through turns 1 and 2. Hughes with a shot of momentum off of 2 to pull away from Rodney Sanders down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Jeremy Payne and Hunter Marriott continue to round out the top 5 with Strickler out in front.
I tell you what, Jason Hughes and Rodney Sanders are coming after your leader, Kyle Strickler, now. Strickler had a pretty sizable advantage. Those 2 tracking him down in a hurry. Jason Hughes saw Rodney Sanders to the inside of him, and all of a sudden he stomped on it a little bit harder. Strickler still leads at 8.
Strickler out in front. Jason Hughes continues to run in second. Here comes Sanders back to the inside of Hughes once again. Jeremy Payne in 4th. 5th is Hunter Marriott. Just outside of the top 5, we see Jason Cummins in 6th. As Jason Hughes is now closed in on Kyle Strickler, race for the lead down the front straightaway.
Strickler will continue to lead lap number 11. Jason Hughes right to the inside of him now in 12. Sanders is right there. You may have a new race leader. Strickler sliding across the racetrack just a little bit. Sanders on the heels of the 12 of Hughes. Hughes driving deep. It'll still be Strickler on lap 12.
Having company for the Mooresville, North Carolina racer Kyle Strickler, as he's got 2 King of America champions right behind him, Jason Hughes and Rodney Sanders. This time Strickler pulls away a bit down the back straightaway. Hughes back to the bottom once again with Sanders in tow. Payne and Marriott still your top 5.
Kyle Strickler working hard to stay up front, but also taking it easy as he knows lap traffic is going to be a factor here in a minute. Tad Davis and Ricky Thornton Jr. right in front of him. Continuing to be Strickler, Hughes, Sanders, Payne, and Hunter Marriott still in the top 5.
Lap traffic could certainly wreak havoc on your leaders within the next few laps as Kyle Strickler continues to roll the high line of the Humboldt Speedway. It's still Hughes and Sanders side by side. Sanders working the bottom. Hughes rolls the top. This time, Hughes to the bottom in turns 3 and 4. Gets a great drive on Strickler.
Top 5 remain the same. 6th right now is Jason Cummins. 7th is Kate Dillard. 8th is Travis Sauer. 9th, Brady Gertis. And 10th, Stormy Scott as that battle up front heating up. Lap traffic right in front of your race leader, Kyle Strickler, off turn 4.
Strickler approaching lap traffic. Jason Hughes a close second with Sanders still right there as well. Payne still in 4th. 5th, Hunter Marriott. Marriott going after Payne through turns 1 and 2. As Strickler rolls the high side once again to 3 and 4. Jason Hughes with a lot of momentum off the bottom of turn number 4 that time as he closes in on Strickler down the front straightaway.
It's about to get very interesting. Kyle Strickler now on the back bumper of a couple of lap cars here as they're racing for position. Jason Hughes, Rodney Sanders tracking him down. We'll see if Hughes or Sanders has a better shot at overhauling your leader, Strickler, here as we race into turn number 1.
Tad Davis and Ricky Thornton Jr. race side by side in front of your leaders. Lap traffic going to play a factor as Brad Dirks pulls down in the infield. We lose the 29D as Strickler continues to approach lap traffic. Jason Hughes right there ready to strike.
Good racing here for the lead. Strickler, Hughes, and Sanders, 1, 2, 3. It's a distant fourth to Jeremy Payne. He's got pressure now for Hunter Marriott. Down the back straightaway, Strickler trying to go around the outside of the 75 of Tad Davis. We'll see if he can put him a lap down as Jason Hughes ducks to the bottom. Davis will slide across. A slider there in front of the leaders.
A big push of Davis right in front of your leaders. All is well, though, and Strickler continues to lead. Look at Sanders. Pulls to the inside of Jason Hughes. The momentum will carry Hughes off the top of turn 2. And now he takes a look down to the inside. We're almost 3 wide for the lead off of turn number 4 as they race by Todd Shute.
Todd Shute will go down a lap in the 5, and they are 3 wide. What a race! This thing good up front here at the Hummer. 21 laps in of our 72-lapper. So far, it's been all Kyle Strickler at the line, but Hughes and Sanders all over him. Heavy pressure off turn 4.
Strickler had to change his line and go to the bottom in 3 and 4. He'll have to do the same through turns 1 and 2. Jason Hughes rolls right to the high line. He'll close in on Strickler down the back straightaway. Todd Shute down in the infield. He will call it quits early in this one as Strickler and Hughes side by side for the lead.
Ricky Thornton Jr. up and out of the way, side-by-side battle for the race lead. Into turn number 1, does Jason Hughes have enough to slide by on the back straightaway? Strickler stomping the throttle. Back to the lead goes Strickler. Who will it be into 3 and 4? It'll be Strickler. He'll pull up in front. Will be Hughes at the line. It'll be still Strickler with a crossover.
Hughes with a slide job. Strickler crosses him over. They go wheel to wheel into turns 1 and 2 with Hughes along the high line. This time Hughes will run away from Strickler down the back straightaway. Strickler back to second. Rodney Sanders runs in third as we work off of turn number 4. Hughes your leader in 12.
25 laps in the books. You've got a new race leader. It's Jason Hughes at the line. Strickler led the first 24. Hughes on 25. Sanders now going to go to work. Sanders does not want to let Jason Hughes slip out of his sights either. He's going to take a look to the inside of Strickler. Still fourth is Payne. Fifth is Marriott. Good battle there. Here comes Sanders to the inside of Strickler.
Just outside of the top 5, Cade Diller's made his way up to 6, but we watch that battle for second off of turn number 2, and it's Rodney Sanders still wheel to wheel with Kyle Strickler for the runner-up spot as they both chase Jason Hughes in 12.
Jason Hughes setting the pace up front. In the 12, Rodney Sanders has gone by and stolen that second spot from Strickler. We'll see if he can clear. Strickler able to try to work to the outside. Ricky Thornton Jr. off the pace just a moment there in the 6. It'll continue to be Jason Hughes. Rodney Sanders now going to pressure your leader as Joe Duvall looks to go down a lap in 91.
A 12 of Jason Hughes works by Joe Duvall through turns 1 and 2. Rodney Sanders closes in. Duval powers back by your leader down the back straightaway. Jason Hughes in car 12. Hughes to the hub of the racetrack right to the inside of Joe Duvall. Off of turn number 4, Hughes will slide Duvall to get by him, and that will put a lap car in between Hughes and Sanders into turns 1 and 2 as they go 3 wide with Duvall.
Joe Duvall up and out of the way. Jason Hughes had gone by. Rodney will do the same. Kyle Strickler still a solid third. Payne and Marriott in a great battle. That's for the 4th and 5th spot here, but all eyes on the battle for the lead. Here comes Sanders again after Hughes into turn number 1.
Marriott again going after Jeremy Payne as we look back to the front. Rodney Sanders right to the inside of Jason Hughes. A fantastic battle for the top spot as they roll into turns 3 and 4. Jason Hughes still your leader. Sanders in second. Top 3 continues to round out with Strickler.
Hughes, Sanders, Strickler, Payne, Marriott. Outside of the top 5, it's Cade Dillard. Then it's Brady Gertis 7th. 8th is Stormy Scott. 9th, Jason Cummins. Zach Vanderbeek 10th. And Johnny Scott right there in the battle for 10th and 1ST.
Starting to close in on the halfway point now, and Sanders will pull alongside Jason Hughes. Race for the lead into turns 1 and 2. Sanders on the inside. Hughes gets into the concrete in turn 2, and Sanders will be your new leader off at 2 and down the back straightaway. So Hughes got into the concrete coming off of turn number 2, and Rodney Sanders will lead here on lap 33.
33 in the books, your third different leader of the event. Rodney Sanders now out front. Jason Hughes trying to rebound and come back after him here in 12. It's still Strickler, Payne, and Marriott. Rodney Sanders now. He's going to have to be the first to contend with lap traffic. Matt Dotson, the first one he'll see in 88D.
Off into turns 1 and 2. Sanders starting to pick his way through lap traffic once again right down to the inside of Matt and Dodson. Jason Hughes runs a close second down the back straightaway as Strickler continues to round out the top 3 with Payne and Marriott still taking care of the top 5.
Good racing all throughout the field. We've got Paul Nisnik on the infield there for a moment. He will slide back onto the racetrack here right in front of your race leaders. Rodney Sanders has gone by Matt Dotson. Now he'll slide up in front of him and put him a lap down. Sanders will work his way through 3 and 4. Hughes will chase. Strickler, Payne, and Marriott still your top 5 at the line.
Heavier lap traffic now ahead of the 20 of Rodney Sanders. Austin Siebert will be the next victim down the back straightaway. Lucas Schott, Darren Fuqua, Paul Nisnik all lie ahead as well as Sanders works up into lap traffic through turns 3 and 4. Jason Hughes still second as Strickler continues to round out the top 3.
Boy, a wall of lap cars right in front of your race leader, Rodney Sanders. He's going to put Austin Siebert a lap down in the 16. Now he's got to contend with 3 more drivers, Fuqua, Schott, and Nisnik right in front of him. Jason Hughes trying to slip his way through lap traffic as well, but Sanders continues to lead up front in 20.
We're just past the halfway point now. 2 laps past. In fact, 38 laps in the books of 72. And out in front, it's still Rodney Sanders over Jason Hughes. Off of turn number 4. Hughes picking his way through lap traffic now as Sanders puts Siebert in between himself and Hughes off into turns 1 and 2.
Paul Nisnik just about to go a lap down. He's trying to fight for his lead lap life here on Rodney Sanders. Sanders has gone from the bottom to the top to try to work through lap traffic. He was able to hang right with him in 12. Sanders being careful, but he's got to go. So he's got some lap cars right in front of him into turn 1.
Almost has to go 3 wide with lap traffic that time through turns 1 and 2 as he works to the outside of Paul Nisnik now. Nisnik, again, still fighting to stay on that lead lap as Sanders works to his outside. Sanders still your leader. Hughes trying to get to the inside of Siebert.
Paul Nisnik will drop a lap. He'll see it's your race leader. He'll let Rodney Sanders go, or will he? Yes, he will. Down the back straightaway, we're going to lose Ricky Thornton Jr. in this one. He'll head off onto the infield. Brady Gerdes, trouble running in the top 10, and Gerdes will slide off onto the infield as well. Tough break for him as Sanders continues to work through lap traffic.
A right rear flat there on the 2X of Gerdes as he pulls down to the infield. All is well out in front of this one as Jason Hughes has to throw a slide job on the 16 of Austin Siebert to put him a lap down out of turn number 2 as Sanders continues to lead in the MB Custom number 20.
Rodney Sanders with Lucas Schott and Travis Sauer right in front of him. He's got 2 lap cars between himself and second place running Jason Hughes. Hughes in the wall. Sparks flying off the right rear of the 12. Kyle Strickler's now got some pressure. Jeremy Payne creeping up on him in the 186 as well, but Sanders working through lap traffic into turn 1.
Payne got a good drive that time off the bottom of turn 4. Still a lap car in between himself and the 8 of Kyle Strickler. We'll see if Payne can make a run for the top 3 as Sanders continues to pick through lap traffic. 3 cars now between him and Jason Hughes as they work off of turn 4.
Rodney Sanders stretching it out just a bit. He's officially got a 2.5 second advantage at the start-finish line. Lucas Schott looking to stay on the lead lap. Sanders looking to put him a lap down. Rodney continues to race Jason Hughes. Kyle Strickler now trying to run after Hughes here for that runner-up spot. Sanders to the inside of Schott in 69.
Sanders works to the inside of Lucas Schott through turns 1 and 2. Again, several lap cars lie between Sanders and Hughes now as they work down the back straightaway. Kyle Strickler still third. Jeremy Payne trying to close in on Strickler as Hunter Marriott rounds out the top 5.
Marriott continuing to show the top 5 spots behind them. It'll be Zach Vanderbeek, Kate Dillard, Johnny Scott, Stormy Scott, and Ryan Gustin now into the top 10 here. Keep your eye on Zach Vanderbeek because he is rolling towards the front as well in 33Z.
Vanderbeek just outside of the top 5 now. We'll keep an eye on the Z-Man out of New Sharon, Iowa. Out in front right now, though, nobody's touching the 20 of Rodney Sanders as he works off of turn number 4. 49 laps in the books this time by.
50 laps in the books next time around the Humboldt Speedway. You've had 3 leaders, and it's been a good one. Rodney Sanders continues to distance himself. He's got about a 4-car length or a 4-second advantage over Jason Hughes. Strickler trying to run him down. Sanders at the line will officially check the gap here at the start-finish line. Back to Hughes. It will be 4.4 seconds for Sanders in 20.
Sanders really stretching it out over Hughes again. A 4.4 second advantage for the Rocket. Rodney Sanders, he works behind Jason Cummins down the front straightaway. Jason Hughes still a distant second as Jeremy Payne still creeping up on the 8 of Kyle Strickler.
Yep, great battle about to brew for that 3rd spot. Strickler's hanging on to it. Payne is there. Siebert in the wall. Hunter Marriott has gone by. Vanderbeek has gone by as well. Austin Siebert continues to roll that battered 16 car around the high side. We'll see if he's able to sneak off the speedway or if we'll have our first yellow of the event. And a caution is going to fly for Austin Siebert as the first yellow of the King of America is out on lap 52 for Austin Siebert with trouble in turn 4.
52 laps, caution free. The caution does come out for Austin Siebert. We'll catch our breath for a moment as the 20 of Rodney Sanders had pretty well checked out before that caution flag came out. The 12 of Jason Hughes runs in second. Kyle Strickler in third. Fourth is Jeremy Payne, and Hunter Marriott runs fifth. Third through fifth, Strickler, Payne, and Marriott all in a good battle for that third place spot. Very close. Zach Vanderbeek has worked his way into sixth. Johnny Scott runs in seventh. Cade Dillard in eighth. Ninth still belongs to Orion Guston. And your top 10 rounds out with Stormy Scott with 52 in, 20 laps to go. As the 20 of Rodney Sanders gets set to bring your field back to the green flag. Into turn number 3 and out of turn number 4. 52 in, 20 to go. Sanders your leader in 20.
20 more trips around the Hummer. Here we go. It's Rodney Sanders right back to the lead on the bottom. Jason Hughes. He's going to try to shake off Kyle Strickler here. Strickler down to the bottom. Hunter Marriott will go by the 186 of Payne. Zach Vanderbeek trying to do the same. 3 wide for the 4 spot here down the back. Straight away into 3 and on a 4. Your leader still Rodney Sanders in 20.
Marriott up to 4th and now looking for more. Down to the inside of Kyle Strickler. That Rage Chassis 62 really coming alive as he powers by the 8 of Strickler down the back straightaway. Keep an eye on Hunter Marriott as he's cracking the whip on 62 off of turn 4.
Good racing behind your leader. Marriott is up to 3rd. Vanderbeek up to 5th. Rodney Sanders continues to lead right around the bottom of the Humboldt Speedway. Then it's Hughes, Marriott, Vanderbeek looking for more. Here comes the Z-Man. Vanderbeek right around the bottom of the racetrack. He'll look to the inside of Strickler to try to take 4th out of turn 4.
Off of turn number 4, he will do it. Zach Vanderbeek up to 4th. Now he goes to the inside of Hunter Marriott. Vanderbeek has been very strong in these long-distance events as he powers by Marriott down the back straightaway. Marriott edges back ahead once again. Those two wheel-to-wheel through turns 3 and 4 as Sanders continues to lead.
Rodney Sanders still out front. He's opened up almost a 2-second advantage, 1.7 at the start-finish line that last time by, and the caution's going to have to come out here for the second time. We've got a Ute tire out onto the speedway here in turn number 4. Somebody bumped it out onto the speedway, so our second caution here, the King of America, is out. We've got 56 laps in. Wow. Marriott and Kyle Strickler still the top 5 as we are getting set to come back to green, this time by for Sanders in 20.
Sanders brings him to turns 3 and 4, stands on the loud pedal. We're back underway, 16 laps to go. Zach Vanderbeek will take second over Jason Hughes. They work through turns 1 and 2. Vanderbeek down to the inside of Hughes. Off of turn 2, it'll be Vanderbeek into the runner-up spot. Here comes the Z-Man. Can he mount a charge for the lead as Sanders brings him off of turn 4?
Zach Vanderbeek up to second. He'll clear Jason Hughes for now. Hunter Marriott still in the 4th spot. Look at Johnny Scott. Johnny into the top 5. Remember, Johnny came out of a B main a little bit earlier tonight. They're going to go 3 wide. Johnny Scott, Kyle Strickler, Hunter Marriott, 3 wide for the 4th, 5th, and 6th spots. Zach Vanderbeek all over your race leader, Rodney Sanders in 20.
Hunter Marriott still trying to keep Johnny Scott and Kyle Strickler behind him. They were 3 wide coming off of turn 4. They'll go 3 wide once again through turns 1 and 2. Marriott still in that 4th place spot. Johnny Scott back to 5th as Kyle Strickler fades out of the top 5. It's Vanderbeek trying to track down Rodney Sanders.
Still Rodney Sanders, Zach Vanderbeek, Jason Hughes. Keep an eye on Johnny Scott, though, as we mentioned. Scott to the inside of Hunter Marriott, 62 now, trying to creep his 1ST car a little bit forward. There goes Johnny. Johnny and Marriott side by side. Jeremy Payne, Strickler side by side. Vanderbeek within striking distance here of Rodney Sanders at the line.
Off into turns 1 and 2. Vanderbeek right in the wheel tracks of Sanders. Sanders bobbles a little bit, opens the inside up for Zach Vanderbeek. Vanderbeek shows his nose down to the inside of the 20 of Sanders. They work into 3 and 4. Here comes the Z-Man off of turn number 4.
Down to front straightaway, Rodney Sanders, Zach Vanderbeek, a good one. Johnny Scott to 3rd. Johnny has raced his way from a B main up to the 3rd spot. Vanderbeek, however, looking to the inside of Rodney Sanders. Sanders kind of flirting with open the door there for Zach Vanderbeek. Zach about a half a groove lower. Rodney right there at the line with 10 to go this time by.
Side by side off into turns 1 and 2. Vanderbeek pulls alongside Sanders once again. Wheel to wheel for the top spot down the back straightaway. The Z-Man, Zach Vanderbeek and Rodney Sanders side by side. As they squeeze off of turn number 4, they'll make contact. Coming off of 4, Vanderbeek, your new leader in 33Z.
Zach Vanderbeek will lead on lap 63. Down the back straightaway, Rodney Sanders going to try to mount another challenge, but it's Vanderbeek. Zach from the inside of row number 5. He will take the lead. Rodney going to try to go to the cushion and see if he can roar back by him. Down the front straightaway, we're under 10 to go, and Vanderbeek leads into turn 1.
Crowd start to come to their feet in this one as Zach Vanderbeek, your leader through turns 1 and 2. Sanders to a more distant second now as Vanderbeek has a strong drive down the back straightaway and into turns 3 and 4. This time by just 7 laps to go. Vanderbeek, your leader. Sanders in second, and Johnny Scott rounding out the top 3.
Wow, wow, and wow. 4 leaders in this one so far, at least. Vanderbeek distancing himself just a bit. He had a 6/10 of a second advantage last time by, coming up on lap 66 of 72 for Vanderbeek in 33.
Vanderbeek stretches it out to almost 1.5 seconds down the 33Z down the back straightaway. A half a straightaway advantage as it measures out on the track off of turn number 4. Vanderbeek starting to pull away from Sanders.
Zach Vanderbeek, Rodney Sanders, that battle for third. Here comes Hunter Marriott. Marriott trying to race back to the third spot. Johnny Scott has it right now in 1ST. Marriott still sitting in the 4th spot. Jeremy Payne cracking the top 5. Jason Hughes is 6th. And it's Gustin Jurgens into the top 10 as well in 37.
It was almost 2 seconds last time by. We'll see this time by and into turns 1 and 2. Just about the same for Zach Vanderbeek. Nearly a 2-second advantage as he rolls down the back straightaway. Sanders still in second. Johnny Scott third. Marriott in 4th. Jeremy Payne down to the top 5 by Jason Hughes. Those two wheel to wheel.
Caution going to come out on the speedway for the 3rd time. That's Stormy Scott. Stormy in the 2S car. At the top of turn number 2, and the caution out for the 3rd time. Las Cruces, New Mexico's Stormy Scott will roll to a halt here at the top of turn 3. How?
Time off of turn 4.
Here we go, a 3-lapper. New Sharon, Iowa, Zach Vanderbeek. Ready to lead this Delaware double file. Rodney Sanders, Johnny Scott right behind him. We come back to green for Vanderbeek in 33.
3 laps to go. Vanderbeek will lead your field into turns 1 and 2. Sanders at the inside of 1 and 2 with Johnny Scott just beneath him coming off of turn 2. And Gustin gets into the wall coming off of turn 2. Keeps the car on track. We stay green as Johnny Scott still down to the inside of Sanders for second. Zach Vanderbeek trying to pull away in 33Z.
Working lap 70 of 72. Zach Vanderbeek, a sizable advantage. A good battle behind him. Marriott and Johnny have gone to the top. Now they'll slingshot across. Down the back straightaway, Marriott to the inside. Sanders to the inside. A white flag in the air. 1 to go for Zach Vanderbeek in 33.
Off into turns 1 and 2 for the final time. Down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. 6 different winners in 6 events here at King of America. New Sharon, Iowa, Zach Vanderbeek, your A-main winner. Second, we'll go to Johnny Scott. Third, Rodney Sanders. 4th, Jeremy Payne. And 5th to Hunter Marriott. 6th is Mike Jurgens. 7th, Jason Hughes. 8th, Terry Phillips. 9th, Jake Gallardo. And 10th, Ryan Gustin. 6 different winners in 6 years. The Z-Man, Zach Vanderbeek, your feature winner. Chris Stepan will head down trackside, and he will talk to tonight's top 3.
About ready to come climbing out of this precision performance. KC33Z race winner, Zach Vanderbeek. Zach Vanderbeek will get some congratulations from his crew. Come on over here, sir. We have a lot to talk about here. Come on in here. Let's get the trophy and the big check and all the contingency stuff that goes along with this thing. We got a cape for you to put on and a crown and it's a pretty cool deal down here in Victory Lane. First things first, still to be 100-lapper mile, change to 72. Vocal that you thought you wanted it to be 100 laps. Clearly you didn't need it. No doubt was this thing good.
Yeah, man. I thought it might bite me, being that vocal earlier on this today, but it was enough. We're usually good at the end. That's kind of why I was didn't need it. So yeah, this is awesome.
Let's talk about the race first of all. Of course, Kyle Strickler jumps out and leads the first 20 laps or so. Then Jason sneaks by, and he'll take the lead for a while. Then Rodney gets him, and Rodney kind of drove out to a 4 or 5 second advantage. And then all of a sudden, there's a yellow late. You had picked your way into the top 5 at that point. Were you saving yourself a little bit, or were you just kind of waiting for the bottom to come in because you were good down there?
Yeah, you got to be there at the end, and those guys that start up front, they got to set a fast pace, and we. We can kind of watch what they're doing. I didn't even see him there for a while till we started getting really good on the bottom. The yellow come out and gave us a shot. So, but yeah, we just got to be there at the end.
We talked to a lot of guys this weekend about, do you go right away? Do you save your stuff? Where's the happy medium, especially in a 70-some lap race? It's not 100 and it's not a 40. It's one of those middle ones where you don't run that many laps very often or that certain number of laps very often. What was your game plan coming from the 5th row?
You just got to keep the car straight, keep the tires good. That's the whole name of the game with those long races, and just worked out for us.
You've had a very good season, as everybody knows. The Southern Swing was really good to you. This race car's been really good to you. But talk about winning $12,000 here at the Humboldt Speedway, a TV race, a crown jewel. What a night!
It is awesome. We work hard. That's what it's all about, is working hard, doing your homework, and just doing this deal right, and having fun, of course, on top of it. But yeah, it's been a heck of a year, and this just tops it off even more. So hopefully we can keep going.
Thank the sponsors on this thing.
Man, I got Casey's General Stores, FK Rod Ends, iBox Springs, all kinds of guys that help us out. Pat over here gives me I think I got a drive shaft tonight, so always reliable. Wears machine. There's a bunch of guys that help me out. Precision Performance. I'm probably missing several, but just my crew too. My dad, he doesn't miss a race. 70 years old. Best tire guy out there. I just got good people.
I was going to mention Danny, your racer himself. I heard you talk in Victory Lane a couple times. What a help he's been to you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's done it for a while, and he lets me do my thing, and I can focus more on the driving, and it's been a good match.
You got a cape to put on, a crown to put on, and a throne to go sit on. Give him a hand, your King of America champion, Zach Vanderbeek in 33Z. We'll take a step back here and let him get some photos taken. Johnny, come on up here for me, please. We get to second place, Johnny Scott, race fans. How about the 1ST? Let's come on out onto the front straightaway. You had a fast hot rod throughout this event. I think it was really good at the end.
Yeah, I had a really good car. I wish we'd have had a couple more, or at least 10 more laps. I don't know if I got anything for Zach, but I would have gave it a try. But I just got to thank all my sponsors and all the crowd coming out tonight in this cold weather. And we definitely had a good car tonight. Congratulations to Zach on the win, and we'll just keep working at it and just get a little faster.
Let's talk about your new race team. Of course, you and your brother forming your own race team, Lethal Race Cars, brand new to you. Some new sponsors, some new things going on. This TV race coming home second is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm tickled for this weekend. Starting 13th, I didn't think we were going to get up this far, but we just had a really good car, and we just kept making the adjustments all weekend. Just got better and better, but. Yeah, I'm definitely excited about our new team, me and my brother, and we'll just keep working at it and come home with one of these days.
Do you think running that B main helped you at all? We talked about it earlier. You had to run some extra laps than the guys in the feature that were already locked in. Do you think that did anything to kind of search the racetrack out? You were one of the only guys way up on the top at the end.
Yeah, I wish I'd have moved up to the top sooner. My car was a lot faster up there, but yeah, running that B main definitely helped. I got more laps, and we got to try a couple things, and. We just came up one spot short, but congrats to Zach, and we'll just keep working at it.
Great run. Second place, Johnny Scott in 1ST. So this thing was awfully good right through the middle of the racetrack. May have scrubbed a tire off or something there at the end, but coming into the event, you and I talked this afternoon, you said maybe we'll make a few adjustments and try to chase down Jason Hughes. You did that, and this thing was awful good.
Yeah, it was good early. I mean, I was up beside Jason, and I could tell he had a little more, and he picked up the pace. But I felt like I wasn't going too hard, but obviously I was. My tire's a lot worse than the rest of these guys. So, good job to Zach. He did a good job. We just missed it a little bit, but I got to thank everyone that helps me, and we'll try again next time. Yeah, your race car's been good. As you and I talked about this afternoon, you've been in the top 3 at this event for the last 3 years after winning it a couple years ago. So you know how to get around this joint, and you just never know in those mid-70 lap distances what your tires are going to do. Yeah, I know we had such a long green run, and I didn't know if I had a lead. And then yellow, I looked over and saw Jason behind me, but you know, it's just the way it goes. You can win some and lose some that way. So we'll take it. It's still a good run, and we'll see what we can do in a couple weeks.
There it is, third place, Rodney Sanders in 20.